And welcome back to another video. This is my fish room, which has kind of turned into a jungle. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, this is a private fish room. This is one little part of it. It goes around there, it goes behind me. There are a lot of tanks. Breeding fish for fun, not really for profit or anything like that. Breeding everything from stingrays to guppies to endlers to you name it. Lots of Corydoras. I'll go through a few of the tanks of what we're breeding, what baby fish we've got. I keep a lot of fish. I keep a lot of different species from cold water, tropical, marine, like where is he? The grouper over there. That is what's that? I was going to say 9 foot. That's not 9 foot. That's 6 foot. That's 6 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot. So that grouper there, which is a Bumblebee Grouper, will get bigger than that tank. I am going to move him soon. You'll see him in this video. That's a 9 foot tank. A little bit murky because we're stirring everything up because we are filling up our barrel, water changing. Thought I'd do a little video why I'm doing all this because I never tend to have time. Let's get started. Let's have a look at the Redtail Catfish and then we'll go from there. He's about 20 years old, about 1 meter long. So what's that? 3 and a bit feet. He is currently in a 9 foot by 4 foot by nearly 3 foot high tank. I do want more room for him, but as you can see, there is quite a bit of room unless he freaks out and then just hits the side of the tank. Come here. Had him for 20 years. He was in my aquarium shop for about 18 or so years, from a tiny little baby to this. In Australia, they're not easy to get. They are expensive. You can't import them, but legally you can own them if you buy them in Australia. He was purchased from an aquarium shop, 20 years ago, as it said, because he's about 20, nearly 21, I think now. Very friendly catfish, eats an absolute ton. There's a few feeding videos of him on my channel, so you can sort of go back and look at some other Redtail Catfish videos. He's currently on his own. There was endlers in here, and endlers are a tiny little live-bearing fish. Super, super small, but they all went through the overflow. And this tank is connected to this tank, which is another 9 footer, which I do need to clean the glass. Settle fish. They all think it's feeding time. Wow. And then the Sump, which is this 1,000-litre tub and all that. So the endlers are in there somewhere with some Geophagus babies that managed to survive, which are now big. All these fish are obviously huge, giant gouramis, Central American cichlids, a few South American cichlids, Oscars that we've bred ourselves over the years, a few other rescue Oscars, lots and lots of different things in there. There is the Dovey, so the wolf cichlid. I don't even know, try and bite me through. They are enjoying the heat at the moment because it's about, I'll put my hand there so you can actually see how big some of these fish are, or how big this tank is. This is a pretty big tank. Yeah, I think it's like 29 degrees at the moment in the water because we've had like nearly a 35, 36 degree day. But just a quick video on the Redtail Cat. Everything's a little bit murky. Need to sort all this stuff out. The grouper, if you've seen the grouper before, this is my Bumblebee Grouper. He is in full salt water. Now just over 60 centimeters, maybe. I think this tank is a 6 by 3 by 3 almost. He's a big fish. He goes front to back a fair bit. So I think I need to obviously move him out of this tank soon because he's sort of overgrowing it a little bit and get him into something bigger. Ideally, tank that size would be good, but we've run out of room for tanks that size, so he might just have to go into a big 2,000-litre pool. We'll figure that out, won't we? Yes, we will. And there's a giant tank of breeding bichir. I had to move them, so I sort of dumped them in this tank to breed. Yeah, there's a few. These are my babies from a couple of years ago. They're all breeding now. So these are Senegal bichir or bichir, depending on where you live in the world. Oh, they're cute. So this is just a spawning tank. If you don't know about spawning these, I've got a couple of videos on spawning them. Very easy. Look at their little goofy faces. They're so much fun. I need to get them out of there and deal with that. Everything is a giant mess. I need to sort out my frog wall. We'll deal with that in another video. One thing that did happen, we had angelfish breed. I have moved a few things around again, as you can probably see. It is a giant mess. I've got some really, really cool albino pastel blue guppies. I did manage to save a couple of spawns of those. Spawns, clutches. I saved a couple of clutches of those. It's not a clutch, it's a spawn. It's a batch? It's a batch. I saved a couple of batches of very cool sky blue guppies. These are the parents down here. All these tanks are so murky. I had a small issue with too many fish, way too many endlers in this system, everything breeding, the tadpole situation, which will sort out that tadpole war one day. Hence why there are still countless tadpoles. Yeah, I'm slowly, oh, it looks like that one has all his legs, slowly moving them from these tanks down there into that, dealing with that. All these endlers need to go so I can actually get my tanks back for my Corydoras, which are around the other side. Same with this system. This system, oh, where do you even start? Was the L number system. I've moved the L numbers because we've got a few bristlenose, which are still technically an L number. But I have baby angelfish. I have, baby Texas, bristlenose. I think there's still some Corydoras babies somewhere in there. This is the tank with the baby Senegals in it, and all up the top, probably can't see them. You can see them from above. Black rice fish of all things. Yeah, they were in the moss, well, their eggs were in the moss of the Bircher tank. When I moved the Bircher over, there was little tiny specks, so I've moved them in there to figure out what they were. Black rice fish, of course. So, yeah, there are adult black rice fish somewhere. I also have a lovely batch of Dovey or wolf cichlids. They are going well. Look at their cool little stripes. Awesome fish. Get massive, as you can see. Well, as you've seen with the big ones that I've got. What even is in that tank? That tank is a giant murky mess because I've just taken all the rocks out, redone it, hooked it up onto the system so it's starting to clear up. Instead of it clearing up though, it has made all my other tanks murky. Yeah, that's wonderful. But there are T-bar convicts up in the back there somewhere. Can't even see them. I might continue this video tomorrow so you can actually see them on the screen. And we have a whole heap of fry there. I kind of want a tank the size of a giant shed. Hopefully one day when I move, I can get a giant pane of glass and just do a giant concrete pool, have that all coated, have Mr. Redtail Catfish with a whole lot of other bigger fish in there. Maybe the other Redtail Catfish will go around the other side and a few other bigger fish. And happy days. Yeah, what I didn't say in the video just before is those upside down turned up things were fake rocks, which were giving him lots of stuff to play with. And that substrate, which is a gravel, was all the way over the tank. Him being him, moves it all, pushes them inside there. And that is the bizarre thing too. Excuse us as we come around here. He has put the rocks inside the rocks. I'm going to assemble them, put them back, show you what they look like. Everything is murky after a water change. I should probably stop stirring the pumps and all the sumps and everything up. There are his rocks. He's not terribly impressed. He is going to destroy them today. Obviously they're fake rocks. That's why they were stacked in top of each other, inside each other, in top of each other. Wow, we're going so well. As you can tell, it's early morning. I do a lot of stuff every day, all day. Yes. We'll stop when we're dead. Thank you very much for watching. We will show you other tanks and other baby fish because there's some super cool stuff breeding in there in the next video. Enjoy. We will see you then. Bye.